What's up, my chatterboxes? I know I haven't been giving you guys any reviews. I haven't done the power review. That's just because in the light of Kobe's passing, my spirits have just been down. I have not been in that headspace to be able to deliver the content. I'm just getting, myself together. It's just been like a very emotional time for me. So I just want to say rest in peace, Kobe. Rest in peace to his child that he lost, Gianna, and the rest of the victims of that horrific plane crash. It was 7 other victims, 7 other families that's affected by this. And I just want to send my sincere and deepest condolences to those families and all that's involved. For you guys that listen to me, I just want you guys to live your life as if it's your last, because we do not know when the good Lord is going to take us. I want you to love on your family members. I want you to treat everyone, like this is the last time you're going to actually see them as well. Just, love on your people, live your life as God wants us to, and just be great. With that being said, let's get into the review for Love and Hip Hop New York, season 10, episode 8. Whose birthday is it anyway? So it starts off with Erica and Tahiri. They meet up at a children's boutique. We all know that Erica is pregnant. Seems like she's been pregnant forever, but she's pregnant. So they're talking about, the wedding. Her and Safari just, got married last episode. So they was just, talking about that. Erica, was telling her how when she did get a chance to look over into the, to the crowd, basically, she seen Tahiri, and Tahiri, was tearing up. She said it made her want to cry. She said, but she was holding it in because she didn't want to ruin her makeup. She was like, she did like a little snot cry or whatever. So they got into Jonathan messy ass being there, because apparently Erica says that she did not give anyone a +1. It was friends that Safari have that are married, and they didn't even get a +1. So Jonathan definitely went and crashed. And you remember he was talking all that, oh, I'm, as long as Yandy's husband is away, I'm always going to be her +1, all that crazy crap he was saying. And no, boo-boo, you a wedding crasher, and you knew it, and Yandy knew it as well. See, this is why you give motherfuckers an inch, and then they try to take a yard. Yandy, you just got an invite, and here you go inviting somebody that wasn't even supposed to come. So they end up they was kind of irritated because they said they think the reason why he came is just to try to take information back to Cent, or see what Joe and Tahiri was doing at the wedding, and he take the little information back to Cent like he her little pet, doing her little business for her. And Tahiri is a little taken back by that because they were supposed to be friends as well, and for him to be going hard for Cent and basically casting her aside, that shit not cool. And I don't blame her. I probably feel a tight way about that. Like, you can have as many friends as you want, but don't act like what me and you had didn't mean anything. Come on now with that. He just gets on my nerves. He too goddamn messy. And on top of that, Jonathan came with Yandy, but he didn't even bring a gift. Erica said Yandy brought a gift and put Jonathan's name on it. And I was like, are you seriously? You mean to tell me like he didn't even bring a goddamn gift? He tagged along on her. He was her +1, which he really wasn't. But he was a +1 on a gift too? Like, get the fuck out of here. Oh my goodness. How tasteless. How low class is that? So she said she reached out to him in the DMs, saying thank you for the gift. And he was like, well, thank you, mama. I think he did some kind of like underhanded comment where she was like, well, where that's from? Where that come from? So they decided, her and Tahiri decided that, well, Erica decided that she's going to invite, Yandy, Cent, and Jonathan to her birthday party, to kind of extend, the olive branch and let them know that she's on, a different type time. She's a wife, she's about to have a baby. She's trying to have peace, and bliss, in her life, and she not with the drama. And I get that, because he seemed to be bringing a lot of drama, and I'm not here for it either. I'm not. So I know you gay and all that other stuff, but I hate when men bring the messiness. You can be around females. You can be how you are. You can be around females, do your thing, but you do not have to bring the messiness with you. That shit is irritating. So next we see Joe. He meets up with Jim Jones. Jim is at a cooking class. So when Joe pulled up, he was kind of like taken back a little bit, like, why we here? So Jim basically told him that him and Chrissy has been together for like 16 years, I think he said. He was like, and he never once cooks for her. He want to show, he want to do something special for her. And, basically, because they haven't been like seeing eye to eye, because he said that she has been in Miami for the past 3 years, and she's since been back. And now that she's back, he's been traveling to the West Coast a lot for business, because he opened up, a weed dispensary. So, that take a lot of work and a lot of time. So they haven't really been like actually on the same footing, or even on the same coast, a lot. So that can cause, issues between the marriage. I mean, the relationship. If you're not seeing your mate, how can y'all bond? How can y'all get close? You know what I mean? Like, if y'all in different zip codes every time you turn around. So Joe, he basically was like, well, I don't think I ever cooked for a female either. And that doesn't surprise me with Joe, because he has that male energy with him. And he comes across to me, I'm the man, I make the money. You're the woman, you're supposed to do the womanly duties, and that's it. But newsflash, Joe, even though you the man, you might be bringing home the money. And guess what? We women, we bringing home our own goddamn money now too, Joe. So you guys not bringing all the food to the table no more. We got our own coins too. So, but we like to be wine. We like to be dined. We like all that, sweet stuff. So if you haven't been doing it, hopefully you take some notes and you start it, because nobody's trying to hear that nonsense from you. So anyway, the reason why they met, because Joe is trying to get Jim to be on his podcast, because Joe has a successful podcast with two of his friends, so he's trying to get Jim on the podcast. So Jim, he agreed to be on it. He was like, and if the weather permits, maybe I'll do my weather forecast. So I don't know if you guys follow him on social media, but he always do like little weather forecast, like outside of his home. He have like his little house coats on, his slippers, and they always catching him like tapping his feet. It is hilarious. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out, because he's horrible at it, but it's so funny. It's like, oh my God, it's like he's a riot. I didn't know he had that much humor in him, but he's pretty funny. So he was making jokes to Joe, saying to Joe, oh, I see that your circle is real tight. I guess he was making reference to, to Harry and the Sin situation. He was like, you turn around and you got this person here, you got this person here, you can't leave the circle so tight. So Joe basically said, listen, the only people in my circle that I'm trying to get right with is my son and my son's mother. Everything else is noise. And I felt him on that. Like, it's the friends are creating the problems. Tahiri is not even causing issues, to be quite honest. I don't think that she's checking for Joe. She's not causing issues. It's really Jonathan. He took something that she said he didn't hear Tahiri all the way out, and he ran with it. Now he causing issues. That's why Joe told him to mind his goddamn business, and he was absolutely right in there. Like, mind your damn business. I can't stand no messy boots like that. He gets on my nerves. I mean, I know y'all probably keep tired of me saying how much I can't stand Jonathan, but I used to like him, but he's messy as heck. Did you guys peep Jim Jones? He had the gloves on, the plastic gloves when they was cooking. He had the plastic gloves on, and he had that big ring on top of the gloves. The purpose of not having not being able to put the gloves on over top of the ring, you defeating the purpose, because you putting the ring on over top of the gloves, you're still putting it in food. Oh my, I was like, ain't this some nigger shit right here? Oh my God. I was like, I just couldn't take it. I just couldn't take it. But I digress. I digress. So now we see Fresher. He meets with Jen, his baby mom. He goes to the house. He has to let it know in every episode that he still is not living in the house. He's at his grandmama's house. Guess what, buddy? It's the reason why you at your grandmama's house, because you fucked up, okay? She didn't just throw you on a couch at your grandmother's house. You did something to go there, and now you got to pay the consequences for your actions. Man the fuck up. Man up. So so he comes approaching the door. She like, So she comes out. She was like, we talking outside. I can't come. No, you ain't coming in here. You ain't coming in here. We gonna talk out here. So basically, she let him know that she met up with Jada. So he was taken back by that. Well, why would you meet up with her? What you and her got to talk about? That's my business. That's something I need to handle. She was like, listen, once I calmed down and realized that what Jada was saying was true, she was like, I had to, collect myself and get mad at the person that actually I need to be mad at, and that's my man. And I liked her for that, because last episode I was pissed off at her. I'm like, why she keep coming at these females like that when your man is the problem? But she redeemed herself in my eyes for that. She was like, listen, sometimes when I hear stuff I don't want to hear, I get mad and I blow up. She said, but when I had time, to think about what this girl was saying and I looked at the receipts that this girl had, I knew she was not the problem. My man was the problem. And that went a long way with me. I know she don't give a fuck about my opinion, but when I'm saying this Jen girl, I respected you in that moment. So he was caught off guard because he didn't even know that she met with Jada, and he didn't have a comeback so quick because she threw him off his square with that. So he got like on a defense, like, you shouldn't have been meeting up with her. That's my business to handle this. And she was like, listen, this girl saying that you said you loved her. She's saying you owe her this money, and she had the receipts to prove it. She was like, I need you to get it together, get it right. Make this situation right. Because if you don't make this situation right, it ain't going to be a me and you. And I get it. Like, Fresher, like, come on. Like, how the hell you saying you starting a record company? See, this is what I don't like about him. He keep using these women. I have not once seen him with a male artist. It's all women. I think he trying to use his flirting with them, maybe even being these women to his advantage. And I think it kind of worked with Jada. And then when he kind of fell back, she like, yo, bro, I want my bread. I want my money. And now he ain't really trying to give it because he probably ain't got it. But you gonna have to pay up, bro. You gonna have to pay up. Because Jim was pressing him. Jim was like, do you love her? And he was like, well, I don't love her. And Jen knew he was full of shit because she know him. She been with him since high school. I think it's high school or not middle school. She knew he was full of shit. You know what I mean? So, the producer asked him, did he like, well, later on in the show, I'll get to that. So now we have Sin, and we see her. She's in her kitchen. She has this sexy lingerie on, and they kind of had you thinking like she was cooking for a man, but I knew she ain't had no goddamn man up in there. I'm like, it probably her sister or her son or something like that about to come through them, about to walk out the room, because I knew goddamn well it wasn't no daggone man. And I was right. Guess who came walking out the room? No other than Jonathan, messy ass Jonathan. So he was telling her about, everything that took place at the wedding. He also gonna say to her, oh, it's amazing how every girl that's on somebody's, woman crush list is happen to be my best friend. I'm like, boy, shut up. You so goddamn Joe. It's not even funny. Like, first time I saw him, he was with K Michelle. Then he was with Anais, whatever her goddamn name is. Now he with Yandy. Now he's with Sin. I'm like, do you have any real friends, or do you just jump from, click to click? I don't understand it. Because he threw Kimbella to the curve. My head is hurting just thinking about how many clicks he been in the last couple years. So they were talking about the wedding, and he told Sin, as him and Yandy was walking up, Joe and Tahiri was on the balcony. So Sin was like, were they doing wrongs? Were they doing wrongs? I know I'm not sounding like her. That's my best attempt to sound like her. And I know I suck. So don't kill me for that. So he was like, no. So he laughed it off and was like, no. So he basically told Sin that Joe told him to mind his business. So Sin was like, did he have his fedora hat on? Did he have his fedora hat on when he was telling you guys that? So he was like, yeah. So they kind of like reenacted Joe saying, basically put them to mind their goddamn business. So she put the fedora hat on Jonathan, and he started mimicking Joe. I thought that was a little cute little moment or whatever, because Joe do be rocking them fedoras. Like, he rock a mean fedora, okay? So I thought that was a little funny. So he said that he felt passionate about the situation because he said he looks at Sin as a little sister. So he was telling Sin that the reason why he don't like what Tahiri is doing, because you and Joe are trying to work on co-parenting, and it seems like Tahiri is trying to get in the middle of it. So she stopped him like, ho. Let me tell you something right now, honey. Tahiri can't do shit over here. Tahiri can't do shit over here, okay? What me and Joe got going over here, she can't do nothing over here. So, so she said but she also said the thing that she did not like about Tahiri is when her and Joe was together, Tahiri was saying how she didn't like, she couldn't stand Joe. She used to be all up underneath the comments, commenting, saying, little stuff. Now that they not together, now she want to be back on the scene. So she was like, she can't respect her for that. And I get what she's saying. Like, keep that same energy, mama. Keep that same energy. Like, what's the difference now that he's not with me? If you didn't like him when he was with me, how you miraculously turn around and start liking him now? So I feel Sin on that type time. I probably would have raised my eyebrow at that as well. So now we have Fresher and Pat. They Safari as well. I'm sorry. They were at a barbershop. So Fresher went to them to try to get some advice on his current situation because it's all messed up. So I guess I know Papoose was always looked at as like the resident relationship expert on the show, but now I guess since Safari, just got married, he all about this black love thing as well, that they throwing him in the mix too. It was kind of funny because here you have Safari, he yelling how happy he is to be married to Erica, and then you have Fresher sorry ass, he just can't get it right. I'm like, oh my god, they are on two different sides of the spectrum with this shit. Like, I'm like, and then you got Papoose. He always trying to steer the guys in the right direction, but you mentally have to be ready for that. If you ain't ready to be a good man, I don't give a fuck what nobody telling you. It ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen. So he was telling them about the situation with Jada and how he owes her the $70,000. So Safari crazy ass like 70,000. If I owe somebody 70,000, I think he said something about I would just have to strip and give him my body. I'm like, oh my god, Safari is a fool. He is a fool, and I don't know if he really be trying to be funny or he just naturally funny, but he is a fool. Okay, so Pat was like, well, how long has it been since been in contact with the, shorty or whatever? He was like, well, it happened, I think he said a year ago when him and Jen was on a out. And, he admitted this, messing with her. So Pat said, well, if you want to make it right, you going to have to put all your cards on the table with your woman, let her know the truth, and hopefully y'all can move past it. And I respected that because you can't move forward with a lie. Like, you got to own up to your shit. And if you don't own up to it, y'all not going to heal from it. And I think you guys got too much history for her to let you go on some shit you did when y'all was on a break. You know what I mean? Like, even though she probably had a little bit more confidence in you, I think she know what she got. She know who you are, but you gonna have to straighten up, because I don't think she gonna be giving you too many chances to get it right. Like, y'all, come on. At some point, you gonna have to get it right, or go about your business. So now we see Jim. He putting those cooking skills to use. We see him in the kitchen, cooking up a meal for him and Chrissy. Chrissy walks in, and she was kind of shocked by the fact that he was actually cooking, because I don't think she knew he could cook, or she was caught off guard by that. So I think she was a little hesitant to even try it, because she was like, oh, this is actually good, when she actually took it. I don't think she thought that it would have been, as good as it was. But he surprised you. Now, last episode, he gonna have a nerve to sit up there and talk about her and her loungewear when he had them fucking ugly ass grandfather slippers on this time. I'm like, if you don't sit your little ass down, they probably them slippers he be doing the weather. So they basically was talking about like the state of their relationship, and she feel as though that they are stronger than ever, that they have a bond like no other, and she don't want to mess with that. He feel as though that they need to get married, and she's not open to it at this moment. And I think, sometimes when you with somebody so long, and you might have wanted marriage, for so long, and then it never happened, you probably give up on that and be like, listen, I'm done with it. Not unless you got a man on the side that we don't know about. But, I ain't got no proof of that. But I see what she's saying, because she made a statement saying, a comment saying that, sometimes people get married and then they divorce, or, get it annulled within a year. She's absolutely right. I'm not going to, I have people in my family that was together for years. They got married. Soon as they got married, I don't even think they were married 2 years before it all went to crap. So she right. Sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Jim, she been wanting to get married. Now your ass old and you ready to settle down. Because she looking good. I ain't saying you don't look good, but your ass is old. And now you ready to settle down. And she ain't here for it. Chrissy ain't here for it. So now we have Fresher and Jada. He meets up with her at the studio. So I guess they can talk about, the money situation. And I guess her meeting up with Jen. So he came up. So Fresher came at Jen for meeting up. Came at Jada for meeting up with Jen. Typical bullshit from a know-nothing ass mofo, okay? Mofo. So they were discussing the amount of money that he might owe her. So she was running down like, for media time, for studio sessions, she was running down. So some of the stuff he was like, well, I don't owe you for that. I don't owe you for that. She was like, yes, you do. So they agreed on $40,000. That's what they agreed on. She said he owed her 70. He agreed that he may owe her 40. And like I was saying earlier, he running these games on these fucking women. He not pulling that shit on these guys. You girls better smarten the fuck up. This is how these women be getting taken advantage of from these men. He gonna say that he didn't have no money to start up, so she was the one who financing it. Well, if she financing it, what the hell she need you for? You ain't got no damn money. How you call yourself having a record label and you ain't got no goddamn money? I don't know how she fell for that bullshit. Maybe because she thought he had the connections, but he ain't had no money. I wouldn't be kicking out all my goddamn money. Let me tell you something. In this era, you don't need no fucking body like him. That's all you gotta do is have your phone, get you a YouTube, get your Instagram popping, put your shit on SoundCloud, and people will gravitate to you if you dope. Fuck what he talking, okay? I would never have gave up my bread like that. And you should have kept your panties to yourself. That's what you should have did too. So she got all mushy, asking him if he really cared about her and wanting him to admit that he actually loved her. First he wasn't really trying to, go there, but he eventually admitted that he loved her. Then they cut to him when he was in a confessional, and the producer asked, did you tell her, Jada, that you loved her? And he was like, oh, why we gotta go there? Getting all mad and storming out the goddamn confessional. It's a yes or no question. Did you say it or you didn't, nigga? Like, what's up? Like, yes or no? What good making you tilt? Like, come on. Like, Fresher, I'm over him. I'm so over Fresher and his nonsense. And that fucking earring. They talked about fucking Kirk with his daggone earring. They need to talk about Fresher with this damn earring. I'm sick of him. Oh my goodness. I don't see what they see in him. I don't. He don't even got like charisma or like, I don't see it. Like, I don't know. I guess, they say every pot has a lid, so I guess he do. And it's not like he getting ugly women. The women aren't ugly, so I don't know what they see in him. So now we get to Erica's birthday party. This goddamn fool, Safari I'm talking about. You get to the venue, you think it's a Safari event. You don't think that it's a Erica Mena birthday party. That's all you see is pictures all around the room of him. You might see her, here and there, but you just see him. She was pissed off. So she was like, I'm confused. Are we at your album, release party? And he was like, no, this your party. So he tried to blame it on the wedding planner. He was like, well, I submitted all, the photos, and this is what she came up with. No, you knew what you were doing. You knew what you're doing. I think she may mention that I think he doing it on purpose, and I really do think he doing it on purpose because he can't be this goddamn clueless. So even when Yandy came in, she was like, well, goddamn. She was like, that's all I see is Safari. So he could see this, so I don't put it past him to pull a stunt like this, but I don't think it was in good judgment for him to do that, especially, with all the tension that they had leading up to the wedding, and then you pull some crap like that. Like, she gonna get the very thing that she loved you for is gonna be the very thing that she probably stopped liking you for as well, because it's all cute in the beginning, but that shit run old, over time. So I hope he get that together, because she was pissed off. He gets his ass up on the stage and performed this song. The song was horrible, but it was sweet. It was horrible, but it was sweet, and it was touching. So he kind of won her over with that. And then after the song, he got somebody to bring over. He brought her little puppy, so she got all warm and mushy inside, for the puppy. Everybody love the puppies. So now, Sin and Jonathan, they comes to the party. Sin comes up to Erica and, saying her hellos, making nice, she ended up asking, she forgot, I guess she didn't forget, but she was like, you want a shot? She was like, oh, I forget you not drinking. She said, I'll take 2 for you, or whatever. So she was over there. As she was over there talking to Safari and Erica, you see Tahiri, Jonathan, and Yandy. They were next to the bar. So Yandy was making mention to, Mendici coming home. So she was like, yeah, I got to practice my sexy or whatever. So they made like, Yandy was making like little, jokes or whatever. She was like, I wouldn't mind him staying over Jonathan's, but he can't stay over Tahiri house. Tahiri was like, why everybody got to be acting like I don't want nobody, man? You guys don't even know that I'm celibate. Yandy was like, well, I was only joking. Like, I don't know. We got her panties in a bunch. I was only joking. No, Yandy, I think you was being a little smart too, because why the hell would you bring that shit up? I don't mind I mean, I don't blame Tahiri for feeling some type way. Like, why y'all always gotta say little smart shit? Like, this is my thing. Tahiri and Joe has history. I remember before this social media shit even was real popping, they was going through their little stuff. They have history. If it's not like him and Sin are together. If him and Tahiri wants to get back together, that's none of y'all fucking business, okay? It's none of y'all business. She was his woman before Sin was his woman. The only thing Sin got that Tahiri don't got is a kid, okay? That's it. So she ain't got no more claim to Joe than Tahiri do. So y'all need to back the fuck up with that dumbass shit. And Tahiri, she kind of on edge because they kind of teased the fact that, you know, she got some health issues going on. And when in the previews, upcoming previews, she was explaining to Erica that she has to do something came up on the mammogram, so she gotta go for some further testing. So she got a lot going on her mind. She ain't worrying about what y'all got talking about some Sin and Joe. Like, she worrying about she gonna be here next year if her health not going hold up. You know what I mean? So I like Tahiri. I'm not saying that she don't have the capabilities of being messy, but in this situation, I don't really fault her. So Tahiri, like, I'm not trying to be messing with nobody mean, and y'all not she don't want to keep having that label put on her. So she started being like sarcastic, saying little, you know, sarcastic stuff. So Jonathan was like, well, what's going on with her? I don't understand why she acting like that. You know, that's not like her. And she started getting like irate, but you know, it's because she got that health scare, but none of them know. So now we have Sin and Tahiri. They're talking because Sin came over to where they were. Now they talking, and basically Tahiri was like, she don't have anything, you know, personal against them. They don't really have any issues. But they were all trying to downplay the fact, like, Tahiri was crazy. Like, Tahiri didn't know what the fuck she was saying. Everybody acting like they don't know what's going on. So she flipped out and she said, fuck y'all. And I don't matter. Fuck all y'all. You know what I'm saying? So Jonathan keep acting like he don't know what's going on. And I hate when people do that. I hate when people try to make you look crazy. Like, they stir the pot. They do messed up stuff, and then when you react, they act like they don't know what you reacting to. I hate people like that. Ooh, with a passion. And that's the card that he was trying to play on Tahiri, and that shit wasn't cool. It wasn't cool. It made her look like she was unhinged, and she wasn't. Because even Erica said, well, whatever's going on, she was like, she known Tahiri for a long time, and Tahiri normally don't get upset like that. So whatever's going on, they must have pissed her off. She was like, because that's not like Tahiri. You know, Tahiri, she even pushed the goddamn cameraman. She was like, do y'all ever stop filming? Went up to the daggone cameraman and pushed the damn camera. So her and Jonathan had words, and he gonna talk about, I think she called him stupid. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to let you have that. I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to take the L on this one. Like, Jonathan, shut the fuck up. He was like, because he had like a plaid suit on. He was like, I'm a gentleman in plaid. I'm a gentleman in plaid. Like, get the fuck out of here. So Tahiri ended up leaving out. I think she left out after she gave the cameraman the business. So, I don't know. I hope this storyline, like, and change, like, in the future or whatever, because I'm kind of getting tired of them keep talking about Joe and Sin and Tahiri. Like, this little, it's not even a triangle. They making it seem like it's a triangle. Please stop dragging the storyline. I'm sick of it. So that's my review for Love and Hip Hop New York. If you guys liked it, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share, and holler at your girl. Bye.